Hello, welcome back to Let's Play Sword Coast Legends. We're in the story lobby about to start the original campaign with Lila here. My entertainer ranger, Beastmaster.
Legends tell that after the time of troubles, the elven goddess Sehanine Moonbow wept for those divine souls that fell in the Gods' War. From her eyes fell the moon tear, a relic said to contain a mote of Sehanine's divine power. The moon tear was hidden by the elves, but not forgotten. A century ago, two brothers, one gentle and scholarly, the other brash and courageous, sought to find the lost relic. They founded an adventuring guild called the Order of the Burning Dawn and sealed their purpose with an oath to find the moon tear and use it to bring light to a world filled with darkness. Not long after they sealed the pact, both brothers were lost, and the guild's original purpose was lost with them. Today the guild offers equipment, shelter, and paying work for adventurers looking to do a little good while they make a little coin. You are one of the Burning Dawn's newer recruits, charged with escorting a small merchant caravan along the high road between the city of Neverwinter and the lawless town of Luskan. It has been an easy journey thus far, aside from the vicious nightmares that have plagued your sleeping mind since the caravan left the city. Bad dreams are common on missions fraught with danger, but you've never had nightmares quite like this.
You and your guildmates have set up camp along the high road, where you are escorting a merchant caravan from Neverwinter to Luskan. As you lay down to rest, however, your peaceful night's sleep is interrupted by nightmare of fire, battle, and brutality. Also, I like the fact they describe Luskan as a lawless town. Luskan is anything but a town. It is quite a bit larger than a town. It's a city. It's not a particularly nice city, but it is a city. Anyway, we are waiting for the load screen to finish. It's making clicking noises. It's going to take us into the tutorial, which is the nightmare. Hopefully it won't crash. There we go.
Hey, get up! The guild hall's under attack!
What? What's happening?
Bellamy is calling for our help. Grab your equipment and head downstairs now.
I'll be right down.
Let's go, now!
Okay, so they go down. Now, until recently I've played this windowed, and it's hard to see. This is a game where you click on the ground, and your character follows where you click. You know, it's like the laser pointer and the cat. She even has the tail. Now, for some reason, I guess this makes more sense than in other things where you actually it doesn't. Instead of keeping her objects, either one makes sense actually. Instead of keeping her gear right next to her, she's going to keep her gear down the hall in the armory. That makes... The quest log on the right displays the title of the active quests. Any current or completed objectives. If you miss any information, the tabs in the bottom left corner of the screen toggle the chat history. Let's go now! And it's color coded so you can see what's chat and what's your chat and what's other people's chat, which is very nice. And see here, it's also giving me the help dialogue, so that's useful too. There's combat, which we've had none. There's chat, which we've had none because we're a single player. And here we go. Now, I could have done this before, and I usually do it before it tells me to do it, because I don't like that. I don't like watching from this angle unless I'm trying to look at combat. So pull it back like this. You do the right mouse button and you hold it down, and then you can do this. It'll tell us other things like the mouse wheel. It's actually telling us this right now. The mouse wheel can zoom in and zoom out. You notice I did that right at the beginning. If I hold down the mouse wheel, I can pan like this, but that will cause me to lose centering on my character because you see now that it's not following her. If I double click on her, it's back to following her.
Can do. Sure.
Okay, and the Alt key will show us things we can interact with. Okay.
Why does everyone hide their loot in a chest?
Potions are automatically added to the quick bar. If you want to disable this behavior, you can go to the options menu. Clicking the up and down arrows to the far left toggles the secondary and the tertiary, the secondary and the primary quick bar. Okay, so this is a healing kit, and this is a potion of healing. The healing kit stabilizes an ally, reviving them with 30 to 40 minutes.
I'm on it.
Quite a bit more powerful than oh, we have to open up our inventory and equip ourselves. This is apparently pajamas, and we're going to put on the leather cuirass. We can do it. There's a couple different ways. You can right click and equip. You can double click, or you can drag. There we go. Now, I went and picked all this different things, and the truth is we're going to be dropping all of this later when we get our better gear, so I don't know why I fretted over what she started with. And now that door opens by itself. We're going to start heading out.
Report, soldier. I've begun a search of this floor, sir. I'll guard the stairwell. There must be no survivors.
Oh, no survivors, you say. So we're going to call our wolf. Hover your cursor over an enemy to display their details. Left click to target an attack. Your character will fight until the enemy is defeated or you choose to disengage. Okay, we're going to pull back. Pan upward. We can sort of see him.
You will pay!
Okay.
I hope that was all of them.
I hope that was all of them. Yes, an attack of a single knight. Thank you, Layla. You can hit the spacebar to pause. That's very useful. The game can be set to auto-pause under certain circumstances. I've never actually done that. I probably should. And I also
Maybe
probably...
I can help you.
Here we go.
Anytime.
Should probably give her some stealth, too. Pan the camera by holding... Yeah, we've done this before. So I can go like this. And now Hunter's Mark is
Time to dance.
Wow, you exploded. That was some arrow. Then again, this is a nightmare. There's our wolf. Okay, he does look like a wolf. From the back, it doesn't look very much wolfy. We can't actually command the wolf to do anything, because it's a follower, not a character. The wolf will just do what the wolf does.
Sure.
Now, this is going to be a little bit ishy, but I'm trying to set my position so I don't immediately get engaged.
Ed, it's about time you joined us.
Why would anyone attack
Doesn't
us?
matter. They're attacking. They're doing a damn fine job of it too.
I am clipped into somebody's body. The clerics, in fact. No, that's the cleric. Is that the cleric or is that the... That's the thief. That's Nettie. What do we do now?
I'm on it.
Okay, so we hit pause. You're going to do longbow stuff. There we go.
We must get out there. Discover what's something on and put a stop to it. Objections?
Let's do it.
I'm in.
Let's end
To
this.
victory.
For the dawn!
Okay, why is my wolf glowing like that? Okay, that's not going
By
to...
the gods! I guess we're not getting out that way.
What do we do?
We can exit through the Guildhall basement, but the entrance is hidden. Some kind of concealment spell. Grab the ritual skull from that chest so we can get out of here.
Okay. Let's see. Ritual sculpt. See, there are... I have not been through the entire adventure, so I can't say too much. But there are things that bug me about the nature of our guild. Among those is that we have a ritual skull. But that isn't really a big indicator. It could be quite benign. The fact that nobody knows what the original purpose of the pact and the guild were bothers me, and is one of the reasons why playing a warlock feels to me like it would be apropos for this. And when we get to the end of the stream, you'll see some other reason that makes me really suspicious about the nature of this, the history of this guild. Okay. So now it's going to give us a tutorial on the mini-map. Not the mini-map, the regular map. There it goes. Right here. And it says you can mark a waypoint. See, look, we have a waypoint. You can unmark it too. This purple dot is a quest objective, or a quest giver, or quest return. Right there, it looks like a quest objective. And you'll find that we have to go talk to someone when we go back. We have level transitions, interior transitions, world travels, player waypoint, player, enemy, vendor. And we have to go talk to Arnax. So this objective is probably going to be Arnax.
Thank the gods you're here. Do you know what's happening?
I was hoping you could tell us.
I have no idea. We should stick together, though. Keep your eyes open. There are hidden traps in this area.
Yep. Okay, followers join your party for a short time, but cannot be directly controlled. Or you can summon them. Now, it's going to give us a little bit of talk about using our rogue. The search ability can reveal hidden traps and treasure. Click on search in Nettie's quick bar and use her to scout ahead. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to click on stealth, and we're going to pick on search. She's going to move very slowly. Companions not directly under your control will automatically follow and fight tactically as needed. Clicking the icon below and to the right of the character portraits toggles on this behavior, this one right here. But they won't follow right now because she's stealth and they're smart enough not to do that. I don't know what would happen if I clicked them to follow her. I should probably test that right now. Stealth is another thing we're eventually going to have. Ooh, everybody got 5 XP off of that. Now, let's see here. Yep, they start to follow, even if she's stealthed. That is the only trap in this area, so we're going to go all away from stealth and away from search. And we're going to go back to our main character.
I'm on it.
Set. Click on a revealed trap to
Said
dis...
I'd outlive Jarhild. I'm sad to see I was right.
So you say. Okay. Abilities, potions, and scrolls reside in the quick bar at the bottom of the screen. However, you hover your cursor over the ability or item for details. Then left-click to activate it, or press the assigned key. Some abilities require left-clicking a target once activated. Right-click to cancel. Some classes have cantrips available. The quick bar displays the default weapon set left, the active cantrip right. For characters like Gil, Clicking on either slot makes the weapon or cantrip his default attack. Switch between multiple cantrips, click the swap icon in the bottom right corner. So, let's look at Gil, who's a cleric. Right now, he has produced flame marks. If I wanted to switch that, I could do that, which would be Divine Strike. He uses the caster's weapon with Divine Energy. And if I want to change that, I could go down here and it could turn into Sacred Flame. Click, click, click. I am going to go ahead and make it Divine Strike. If I wanted him to just use the mace, I could do that. I click over here, the circle's over here, so he's going to be using that. I click over here, the circle's over here. That's his default. So there you go. If switch weapons here. Yep. Okay. So right now we're going to be back to here. Wow, just killed him. Interesting. Did they not notice? They apparently did not notice. Well, it is a dream.
Sure.
I've never had that happen before, though. Why are you not shooting?
Hey!
You will pay! Healing word. I have not used any... Oh, there's a chest over here. It's even a quest objective. And see now, look, it automatically comes here. I have a scroll of Thunderwave and a scroll of Melt's Acid Arrow. You can automatically use them. Scrolls, anybody can use scrolls in this.
Yeah, boss? You rang?
Yeah, boss? You rang?
I'm on it.
Okay. Everybody in this has some pseudo-Irish or British accents. I'm not entirely sure it's appropriate to the Sword Coast, but oh well.
Pleasure.
Now you're blind! Haha! They're blind! They walked into the darkness. Nice. Apparently my darkness does not affect my allies. That's good to know. That is actually a cool darkness effect. Either that or they weren't in the effect. One of the two. Okay. There is nothing over there. There's nothing to pick up in this room. So we're going to move on. On? Okay.
Yes? Can do.
Yep. The Hellish Rebuke is already recovered. Everything has a recharge rather than a per... Oh, wait a minute.
No. Is that... Ken? He murdered my sister. You die now, you heartless bastards!
Yeah, that's not looking like it was a pleasant way to go. Okay.
Pleasure. Anytime.
Now we have this bridge here. Going to a circle of fire. That is not a good thing. Behold, other reason I have suspicions about the history of this guild.
Why suffer an invasion when mortal fools march straight to me?
You die now, demon!
Such a large voice for such a small creature. Don't you see we're on the same side?
Oh dear. My guild will stop you.
Is that so? Then all the dying they've been doing is a brilliant charade.
Stop the chatter and fight!
A course. You're obviously here to die. I shall not disappoint.
And here we go. Now it's going to kick us back to the story lobby because when the tutorial ends, it sends you back and you have to start the story again for some reason. The Sword's Coast stretches along the Sea of Swords from Waterdeep down to the river Chionthar at Baldur's Gate. The Sword Coast gets its name from the white cliffs that rise up sharply for hundreds of miles of the coastline. So, we go to player. We wait for it to load again. It should pop up as Layla, looking rather grim with her tail flipping. We click Sword Coast Legends and we continue game. And we do solo. The inland trade route known as the High Road connects Waterdeep in the south to Luskan in the north, passing through Neverwinter and Port Last along the way. On the trip up from Neverwinter, this portion of the High Road veers away from the coast through a small set of craggy hills. Still, about a day's ride to Luskan for most caravans. This area is an ideal resting... Okay, I said it with the wrong cadence there. On the trip up from Neverwinter, this portion of the High Road veers away from the coast through a small set of craggy hills. Still about a day's ride to Luskan for most caravans, this area is an ideal resting place before continuing on through more treacherous terrain. There we go. And it's loading, loading, loading. I should edit this out. This is a long loading screen. Hey, look, the chat history tab is up.
Ah, you're finally awake. You were scaring the horses. You were thrashing around in your sleep. The trail boss thought you were possessed.
Had a strange dream. The world was coming to an end.
You too. Bellamy said he had the same dream I did. But I figured that damned halfling was just messing with me like he always does.
Oh. He's not so bad.
Aye, he's not. He just rubs me up the wrong way. Jokes around all light-hearted, but the minute you shoot back, he gets all cranky and ready to fight. But he's a damn good soldier, and I'm glad to have him here. That nightmare I had makes me think we might be needing his blades in the coming days.
Let's see. It sounds like we all had terrible nightmares.
Aye, something to mention to Palan when we get to the guild house in Luskan. Maybe he'll give us a foul taste in purple concoction that bubbles loudly and doesn't do much else. Nightmares aside, we got work to do. Got to find that fool halfling and get this caravan packed up and ready to move to Luskan.
What do we have left to
The
do?
merchants are breaking camp as we speak. Most wagons are tied up and ready to go. We got a few stragglers that might need a hand getting ready. Bellamy went up ahead to scout the road. Haven't heard from him in a little while. He was cranky with a headache when he left, so I'm guessing he picked a fight with one of the trail scouts up there.
Bellamy would pick a fight with a wall if he thought it was in his way.
Aye, so you know my concern then. Maybe go up ahead along the road and see if you can find him. We ain't got all day, and if he manages to hurt someone, it ain't coming out of my share.
Okay. She didn't make the commentary about my face this time. So, I got all of this stuff, I think because I pre-ordered this game. I can't really remember for sure why I got all of this stuff. But I got all this stuff. So we're going to take it out of the chest. And we might as well use it because it's decent stuff. This is basically a +1 bow. So you get to start with a +1 bow. We get a Tome of Knowledge. We'll use that later. Burning Dawn leather tunic, which is the same as the leather tunic we're wearing, plus gives damage resistance to bludgeoning and slashing. So yes. There we go. And it's a nice looking tunic. We're going to get the hood. The hood provides +1 to wisdom saves. There we go. We can get the leather bracers, which is +2 to lockpicking, which is nice. We're going to get the cloak, which is +1 to armor class. That's very nice. AC 14. The leather boots, which is +1 to dex saves. And that's everything. Now, close, and we're going to use this book. What this book does is it gives us a point to put in a trait. We're going to put it in dexterity and apply. And that puts our AC up to 15. And that will be it for this video, and we'll move on to the next one, where we are fully kitted out in our Burning Dawn gear with this, and our tails clipping through our cloak. We have no active buffs. We already have a +1 to our stats. And get on to see what all this dreaming is about, because certainly it's not just a dream, right? It's because this is a start of the adventure. That dream will mean something. See you in a little bit.